What is up, YouTube? I am currently at a GMC dealership. I don't know how good this video quality is going to be, but right now I'm just walking around a lot. So I found this 2020 GMC Denali HD. This thing is nice. If I had a GMC instead of a Chevy, it would pretty much have the same features and everything. The only difference from this truck and mine is really the camera system, and it has a heads-up display. Really, other than that, it's pretty much the same truck. But this price is a lot more than what I paid for mine. So this one's priced at $80,000, just so you guys know. I love my truck. I don't think I'm gonna get rid of it anytime soon, but I do wish I had those cameras, because then I can see all around me and stuff like that. I think all trucks should have had that in the first place, especially big lifted ones. You can't see anything. Like, if you're in the front right side of my truck, I can't see you at night, and if you use your turn signal, I can't see it. So you have to be like way ahead of me when you put your turn signal on. But I was walking around a lot. I just ate, so it's good to walk off my food and stuff like that. I highly recommend you do that too. But all these trucks, they're so nice. I love going new car shopping and walking around the lots and just seeing what's new out there. I've had my truck for maybe 6 months. I love it. I'm not going to get rid of it. But I do want to buy a GTR, so I will be car shopping soon. Wow. This holding the camera is definitely it's a challenge. Alright, so I'm gonna try to stay in one spot so that way y'all don't get dizzy. But I'm at the GMC dealership because I'm getting my oil changed. I am about to hit 6,000 miles and about to hit 6 months. So I do the oil change at the dealership because it's cheaper for some reason. I don't know why it makes a difference, but it is. Me getting oil from like AutoZone and stuff like that, it's like $80 or something like that. 80 or 90 bucks, because my truck takes like 16 quarts of oil. And the way that the dealership does it, they have a drum and they just pump out from the drum. Also, a recommended tip from a mechanic like myself, or any other mechanic would say it too: mark your oil filter, because whenever you go in and they say that they're going to change the oil filter, they most likely did not change it. Especially if you go to Walmart. Walmart does not change your oil all the time, and especially they don't change your filter. I marked my oil filter before I came here, so I'm gonna check it right when I get my truck back. And the oil change here is like 90 or 100 bucks, and that's with topping off all my fluids and doing the oil change and the oil filter. So why not? That's why I come to the dealership for my truck. My car, I'll do my oil change on my car, but my truck is just expensive, so just have someone else do it. So this video is going to be a little different from the other ones. This one's going to be like a 2-day thing, because I'm going to try out this new system that I'm trying to do. I'm going to try to record one day and have it edited and uploaded by the next day at like 11 or 3 o'clock, whichever time I finish having everything ready. Just to see if I can up the quality of my videos and stuff like that, and have more time to edit and try to mess around with like different things. So let me know how you guys like these videos. Right now I'm using an $80,000 truck as my tripod, so you guys are on the door handle. Oh, another thing that I love about car dealerships, they profile everyone that goes through their doors, and I hate that, because I'm 24 years old. I look like I'm like 19, maybe 20 usually. And right when I walk through the doors, they try to point me in the direction of their cheapest car, because they think that I don't have a good credit score and they think that I can't afford anything. But that's false, because usually whenever I walk into a dealership, I try to look for their most expensive car and then work my way down from there. I hate when dealerships profile me. I've had a lot of cars. I've got good credit. I make okay money. At best, okay money. Because I know how the car system works. I know how to get car payments to where I want them. And I can afford pretty much almost anything on their lot. Just like you can afford almost anything on their lot too. You just have to be really good with talking and good at negotiating and all that other stuff. Because you can get any car that you want from the dealership. And for someone to profile you, like literally I've walked into like CarMax, I've walked into like an Infiniti dealership, and they look at me like, they look me literally head to toe, and they look at how I'm dressed, and they profile me, saying that I have, like, they don't say it, but like just based off of their looks, you can tell that they're like, this kid can't afford anything, he's too young or whatever. And usually, especially usually when they look at me like that, I end up buying like a car from them, even if it's not their most expensive one all the time, but I always buy a car from them, and then I prove them wrong. So I mean, I don't buy a car because I want to prove them wrong, but it just goes to show that you shouldn't profile someone just by the way that they look or how young they look, because the youngest person can also buy like the most expensive thing in your lot. So don't profile people. If they don't have money, they'll tell you they don't have money. If they say they can't afford that, like me, I was at CarMax one time, this guy was showing me like expensive cars, and I was like, this is out of my budget, I can't afford this. So, and I started pointing him in the right direction of what I'm looking for and stuff like that. And it's okay to do that. It's okay to tell dealers that you're out of budget and you can't get this car. And if they want to work with you to get that car, then let them work with you. If not, stick to your budget. So I just hate when dealerships profile me. So, and it happens a lot. It happens more than it should. And I think it's funny too, because that also goes to house buying. When you're looking for houses to buy, the realtor or the home builder look you up and down at the same time like the dealerships do. And they pretty much put that image in their head that you can't afford what they're building, or what they're selling. I like to prove those people wrong, because I'm usually the one that always proves them wrong, and I always end up buying something from them right when they think that I can't afford it. So it's just something that you guys should keep in mind, to always stick to your guns, and if you want something, you go get it. I'm very strict about getting what I want if I know I can get it. No one else is going to tell me, hey, you can't do that, unless it's like the bank, like me applying for a loan or something, and they say, no, you're not approved. That's the only time. Other than that, you know your self-worth, you know your money situation, you know all the other stuff that you need. And that's exactly what I did with my truck. I did it with my house. The dealership that I bought my truck from, they didn't think I was going to get approved. They had no faith. And when I was negotiating them down, which by the way, I took off $20,000 off my truck. It was brand new. They kind of like messed themselves up with that, because they didn't think I was going to get approved. And I did get approved, and then they lost $20,000 off the truck. So next time someone profiles you, negotiate them. You never know what you're going to get approved for. So I was very confident that I was going to get approved, and I got lucky with that one, because they were dumb. And another way people profile you, it's not only just by the way that you look and dress or how young you look, it's also like your materialistic things. So like whenever I went to go buy houses and stuff, they would look at the cars that I drive, and let's say I took more than one day to visit their community or whatever. One day they saw me in my Lexus, the next thing they saw me in a big lifted diesel truck. So instantly they're like, all right, we'll work with you. And it's funny how like that makes the world go around, because if I didn't have that, if I drove like a 1990 Honda Civic and I dressed like this, whatever, they would probably point me to the cheapest house. They would probably think I have no credit. They would think like the most ridiculous things. But I end up showing up in my truck and my Lexus, and they instantly want to help me out, which I think is ridiculous because it's their job that they need to sell things. So why are they going to profile people and think that this guy can't afford it, so I don't even know why he's shopping here. Let me show him the cheapest thing that I have. So I don't know. I just hate profiling. You never know who that person is or what they can do or what they're capable of. Like I want to be a car salesman too, because I know how the car system works, and I know how people feel when they walk into a car dealership, knowing that they do not want to be there in the first place. 90% of people do not want to be inside of a car dealership, and I know what they're feeling. So I don't know. That's why I want to be a car salesman. I want to be a real estate agent. I'm very knowledgeable about both of those things, and I know exactly how those people feel when they're house shopping or when they're car shopping. A lot of people don't feel like doing it. They're more excited about house shopping because, you know, not everyone buys a house. It's 2020, but it's actually cheaper to buy a house than to rent a house or an apartment. I would definitely buy a house rather than rent one. I don't think I'll ever move into an apartment again. I've only had one apartment, and that was because I was new to the area. I had no idea what was around there, and I just had to get something to put a roof over my head. And that was the worst mistake of my life, because I definitely signed a 15-month contract, and I've never had an apartment before, so I don't know what to expect, but that was horrible. They walked into my apartment whenever they wanted. The carpet was not dirty when I moved in or anything, but over time, like bugs and like stuff just from outside came inside. And I think it was because it's a kind of an old apartment complex. I don't remember how old it was, but they didn't even want to fix it, because I told them to come check out the apartment, although they walked through my apartment every other day or whatever, and then try to fix it. They didn't fix it, and I was just stuck there. I couldn't complain, and at the time I was young, so I didn't know like all the guidelines or like who to call, or like if there was even anyone above their heads, like if I can contact like a manager or like an owner or something like that. I didn't know that at the time, and I was just young and dumb, so I just dealt with it. I moved out of that apartment, and I bought my first house at 20 years old. And ever since then, living has been easy. Living has been so much better, because I was my own boss in my own house, and I highly recommend it. If you move from an apartment or go into renting a house, you don't get those freedoms, because you gotta ask the landlord, hey, can I do this? Can I paint the walls? Can I do that? Whatever. I always recommend buying a house rather than renting, or at all renting. And also, leasing a car is sometimes a better choice for some people, because some people like myself, I don't keep cars for that long, so it makes sense because the value doesn't change, but I get a lower car payment, so then therefore I'm saving money. I think maybe my next car, no, I'm lying. Not my next car, because my next car I plan on buying a GTR, so I can't lease a GTR. But maybe after that I'll buy or lease a car, just so that I have something to drive around and save gas. The Lexus is just temporary right now, so I don't plan on keeping that for too long. That's more of like a placeholder until I can buy the GTR. This is going to be a long video, so I might upload today instead of doing the every other. I'm still going to try messing around with the editing skills, like building my editing skills and stuff like that, because I know I'm not the best at editing, and I want to like try to learn how to like make an intro and stuff, so that way you guys have like a more entertaining intro rather than me saying, hey, what's up YouTube, welcome back to the channel, stuff like that. This whole YouTube thing is definitely like a learning experience, because you're learning like multiple things at once. You're learning video editing, you're learning how to record, learning how to use computers, learning how to brand yourself and run a business. There's just a lot of different learning things in this YouTube thing. So just hang in there. It'll get better. But yeah, that's probably where I'm going to end today's video. I've already recorded like 18 minutes. This will probably be like a 15 to 16 minute video or something like that. So with that being said, hit that like button, subscribe to my channel if you guys want to keep seeing more videos of me, and comment down below what you guys thought about this video. As always, stay motivated, stay hydrated, and keep it cruising.